I have this running joke where I believe if Cancer could do everything and anything from home, that they would. If a Cancer could work from home, they would. If a Cancer could date from home, they would. If the Cancer could buy groceries from home, they would. If the Cancer could vacation from home, I mean, the Cancer would. Like Cancers love being home. And I don't blame them, because being home is a beautiful thing, I have to say. Now, I don't have prominent Cancer in my chart. I'm a Capricorn Sun, Libra Moon, Virgo Rising, and my Mercury and Mars are in Sagittarius, and my Venus is in Scorpio. I do have Cancer in one of my houses, though, but, for the most part, Cancers love being home. They love being in comfortable surroundings, familiar surroundings. They don't like to stray too far from their comfort zones. By the way, I'm Lamarr Townsend. Thank you for listening and watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video if you like it. Please share with your friends and family. Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official. You can also contact me at lamarrtownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading. My readings are not free. They are $1 per minute, but they are well worth it. You can actually read some and watch some testimonials, personal reading testimonials on my website. Once again, lamarrtownsendtarot.com, or you can email me at lamarr.townsend@gmail.com. I have many different tarot decks to choose from, so I would love to do a personal reading for you, okay? You can also follow me on Google+. You can find all of these links by clicking my name below this video if you're watching on YouTube, but don't click it right now, or at least open it in a new tab, because I don't want you to stop this video. But click my name and it'll take you straight to my YouTube page, and all the links are in my banner. So follow me on Google+, SoundCloud, and check out my Bandcamp. So, Cancers, and why they're such homebodies. Well, let's start with the fact that Cancers are ruled by the moon. The only zodiac sign in the entire zodiac is ruled by the moon. And what does the moon, rule over? Well, it rules over, and I'm getting this information from astrologyzodiacsigns.com. It rules, according to astrologyzodiacsigns.com, the mother, home, family, pregnancy, baby, milk, bread, soul, reflection, and mirror. So those are the type of things that Cancer rules over. Very mother-like, home, family, familiar, comfort, energy. So family and home are very, very, very important to a Cancer. Cancers actually thrive I find that they thrive in like living in a house with a big house with like a bunch of family in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and generations of family, so like a grandmother, maybe like, an aunt or uncle, and like maybe even cousins, a brother or sister, mom and dad, like that's the kind of environment that Cancers thrive in. It can also actually be an environment where Cancers get stuck in and get kind of stagnant in, and can kind of get in a rut, like a familiar kind of rut, and they don't know how to get out of that rut. So it's like, that can be a hard thing for Cancers to leave the nest. And the nest doesn't necessarily have to be your parents' home or whatever. The nest is the comfort and the familiarity of your family, and moving to your own place, starting your own life, starting your own family. Like, that can be kind of scary for Cancer, stepping out on that ledge for the first time. Once again, comfort and family, and home, like that's so important, especially when you have family when you come home. Like, you have the love and the appreciation, and the compassion and understanding of your family when you come home from a long day at work or whatever. You've just had a long, irritating day in general. You have to remember, Cancers are also super duper moody, okay? So, like, they never know how they're going to feel from one minute to the next. Nobody else knows how they're going to feel from one minute to the next. So, Cancers, just because it's a good day on the outside doesn't necessarily mean it's a good day for the Cancer on the inside. And I think some people need to really understand that, and appreciate Cancers for fighting through. Sometimes they may not feel happy in the inside. Sometimes they may feel a little bit depressed in the inside, but they know they still have responsibilities and duties, to live up to for themselves and other people. So there's great inner strength in a Cancer man or woman. It takes a lot for them to go out and deal with the world and other people, because they're very, very, very uber sensitive people. They're very intuitive, but they're very sensitive with having like a keen sense of intuition. And I speak from experience. Like I'm a very intuitive person. Um, with that intuition, that strong sense of intuition, comes like a strange sensitivity to emotions and people, and different energies and slight changes in energies. Like, it makes you a very emotional, sensitive person, being so intuitive. Especially being so intuitive with the moon. I mean, you have to like pay attention to the moon. Like, look at the many different phases the moon goes through, through a week, or a couple days. Like, it's like that's a Cancer. Constantly shape shifting. And going through different, emotional roller coasters within themselves. And the best place for them to deal with that emotional roller coaster, the best place for them to be able to cope with the craziness of life, is at home with their family and their friends, and their loved ones. That is their saving grace. That is their oasis at the end of the day. Is their home. Whether it be that they live with family or friends, or whether it's the Cancer lives by him or herself. Um, you know, Chances are, like, if the Cancer has his own room in the house, that Cancer's, or her house, that Cancer's room is like uber meticulous, and the Cancer likes certain things a certain way. And the Cancer might even like good smells, in his or her room, or his or her home. Like, Cancers can be super meticulous about like their home, you know, and like the feng shui, and stuff like that. They also like they also like they like peace in the home. They like the family to get along. They hate when there's like any issues or lingering issues or tips or like problems in the home. Like, they hate that energy. They don't like that energy. Like, they don't want to like deal with negativity during the day and then have to come back home and deal with negativity. Like, that's like the worst thing for a Cancer. They need their home to be peaceful. They need their home surroundings to be lovely, and it needs to create a sense of home, and longing, and peace and familiarity, for a Cancer. Like, and it has to be beautiful to a Cancer, whatever that is to a Cancer. Like, there's no place like home is like the motto for Cancer. There's literally no place like home. Like, sometimes when a Cancer might be out, you might even hear them say, like, I should have stayed home. Like, I want to go home. Like, like that can sometimes be a Cancer. Like, and then people can sometimes get upset at them because it's like, oh, you never want to come out, Cancer. You always want to be home. You're always home, But it's like, so, like, well, come over and chill with the Cancer. That's if he or she even wants you to come over. Like, you know, Cancers are just who they are, and people just need to deal and accept it. You know, that's how I feel about the situation. You know, Cancers love being home. And if they don't love being home, chances are they're working or they're thinking about creating a home that they love. And that's like where I can really empathize with a Cancer, because right now I'm not in a home where I'm like super duper in love. Like, I'm like happy, like I'm blessed that I have a home and I live with family, you know, and it's like, I love it, but I'm also like, I know I need a home for myself. Like, you know, I need my own oasis. Like, you know, like, so I get it, Cancer. You know, like, see what I mean? Like, I don't know if you can hear all that noise, but like, that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, you know, so I get it, Cancer. And maybe that's why I can't really relate on that level because I always don't. I always actually like to not be home. Like, if, like, honestly, when I'm home, the only thing I'm doing is I'm filming YouTube videos or I'm getting ready to go to work or I'm getting ready to go out. Like, I'm never at home just sitting here. Like, you know, like, I hate being home. Like, you know, like, so I can't really relate to Cancer on that. Like, and I've never liked being home. Like, I hate being home. Get me out of here. Like, you know? But Cancers love being home, and that's just who they are, you know? You just have to accept that, you know? That they're homebodies, you know? It doesn't change how much they love you, you know, just because they don't want to go out all the time, just because, you know, sometimes they like to stay home and read a book or spend time with their loved one or, you know, their family, you know, their cousins, their children. Like, you know, just because everyone else likes to go party all the time and be out and socialize, you know, doesn't mean the Cancer, you know, is any different. You know, that's just not always how Cancer wants to be. You know, that's not always what Cancer is feeling. You know, that's not who the Cancer is 24/7, you know. And if the Cancer does go out, the Cancer is going to go with people he or she is comfortable with. Like, you know, like there needs to be at least one person that the Cancer is really comfortable with that they can be like, I'm ready to go home. You know, and they can be like, me too, let's go. Like, that's like, you know, like, that's Cancer. Like, you know, like, let's blow this kickstand. I'm ready to go home, kick off my shoes, and, you know, raid the fridge. You know, turn on the TV, you know, and watch some TV, some cable. You know, like, that is the perfect ending to a night for Cancer. You know, let's go home, you know, and maybe let's drink a little bit more, you know, smoke a little bit more marijuana, you know, at home though, you know, like, let's go home, you know. You know, I love Cancer for that because there's no place like home. There's no place like, you know, a comfortable living space, you know, that as soon as you walk in the door, it's like, ah, I'm home. It feels good to be home. You know, that is Cancer. That moment is Cancer. You know, that moment of walking in the door after a long ass day where people have tried you over and over and over, and you're a Cancer, so you internalize all of it, and you don't, you know, fight back, you know, immediately. You just internalize all of it, and you keep it all bottled up, and you come home, and you kick off your shoes, and you remember that leftover Chinese in your fridge, and that Hennessy or Merlot or Pinot Grigio or vodka in the fridge, or maybe that blunt that you know, rolled last night that you forgot, and you're like, ugh, it feels so good to be home. By the way, if you don't drink or if you don't smoke, I'm not judging. You know, if you do, I'm not judging. You know, I don't really care. These are just examples. You know, you know. I actually think Cancer and Taurus have that a lot in common. Taurus loves to be home. Taurus loves to be home as well, but Taurus loves a beautiful home. Like, Taurus is really meticulous about beauty, you know, and like the appearance of the home more so than the comfort. Taurus likes to be comfortable, but Taurus will forsake beauty, you know, for comfort sometimes, you know, and I think that might be the issue where Cancer and Taurus might have, you know, a little trouble because, you know, Taurus might be like, hey, don't sit on that white couch, you know, that's just for show. You know, Cancer might be like, who has, you know, a couch just for show? You know, like, you know, that's where the difference might be. But I think at the core, there definitely is a commonality between you two where you guys love to be home. And I could learn a lot about that from you guys. Like, I don't know, you know. I don't know if I'm a homebody, but I definitely want my home to be comfortable. And I want to feel comfortable when I walk in my home. Like, and I want people to feel comfortable when they walk in my home. Like, you know, it's something to think about, you know, like, there's a lot to learn from you, Cancer men and women. All right, you guys are beautiful beings and very sensitive and intuitive, and one of my favorite signs. And I think that's because I'm a Capricorn. I think Capricorn and Cancers go along really well, or not. I've actually done a video on that, so check that out. But when a Capricorn and a Cancer work, boy, do they work. All right, so, and you know, when a Capricorn and a Cancer come together for a relationship, that home is going to be the most decked out, comfortable home ever. Like, you know, so, you know, Cancers, you guys are so gorgeous and beautiful, and we love you. And thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Contact me at LamarrTownsendTarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading. Remember, my readings are $1 per minute. You can also contact me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official. You can also follow me on Google+, SoundCloud, and check out my Bandcamp. You can get all of these links and more below by clicking my name if you're watching this video on YouTube, and it'll take you straight to my YouTube page, and all of the links are at the top with the banner. Alright, so thank you for listening and watching. Like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys are awesome, and share with your friends and family. Peace out, Cancers. You guys are one of my favorite signs, one of my favorite water signs, alright? You just see how the moon's looking tonight, alright? Love you guys. See ya.